Hey, how's it going today? We're going to be talking about loops uh, and how it pertains to productivity and getting things done and creativity. So, I'm really doing this whole uh, video a day thing because I want to help people, and I've figured out the best way that I can help people is to show them how to build a business starting from zero, and that's what I'm going to be getting into. But before I can really dive deep into that, I have too many open loops at the moment that I need to close. So I want to talk about this concept about having too many loops. So a loop is something that you've started that you never finished. I have a bunch of websites out there that aren't quite, that are like just on the cusp. They just need that extra push, and they'll be ranking, and then they'll be making me money. I have lots of promises. I got lots of work. I have a big sculpture I have to do for the city of Lakewood in Colorado that I haven't done, and it's been like a year now. So I'm gonna go to Colorado next week and do that. But that's what these loops are. They're just too many obligations and promises that are left open. You know, and the more loops you have going on, the less likely you're going to be able to start a new loop and get something actually done, and be fully driven. I mean, I am very good at just pushing stuff off that's not necessarily, that I'm not motivated unless there's a lot of money. I'm very motivated by money, and I'm very motivated by status, I guess, and be doing big opportunity things. That's where most of my energy goes into. I always try and find a loop that I can start that'll actually make a huge difference in my life. Oh yeah, and sorry, I'm inside because it's raining like crazy out, and I got puppies in here, so if you hear a dog bark, that's what that is. But the loops that we all get ourselves into can really drive us crazy. So what I like to do, especially before I'm going to start like a big project, like start a business, and I'm going to try and do it all over the shoulder and just kind of to walk everyone through how I do it, because it just sounds fun to me. But before I can do that, I have a lot of loops I need to close. So what I do is I write down every loop that I have, even if it doesn't necessarily have to be work related. It can be, obligations to friends, family, birthdays, time with people that you promised that never happen. So all these loops, though, they kind of clog up our energy. They clog up our mental focus abilities, our mental focus. So you write them all down, and then you just kind of try and cross off as many as you can. Just go through them. Even if sometimes we only want like good endings to our loops, but it's better just to have closure on stuff than it is to have so many loops open and, whiling out, basically, not going anywhere, not being fulfilled. So you need to just have closure, and the more closure that you get, the more opportunity you have to open up new doors and new opportunities. So loops kind of comes back to planning. All right, so what I like to do is, first I like to think about, what is my Super Bowl goal? And what I mean by that is, like, what is the big picture goal that I truly want to achieve, that I will wake up early for, that I'll stay up late for, burn the midnight oil and learn, and study and bust my balls to get done. What is that Super Bowl goal for you? What is the one thing that if you did would absolutely change your life, and it would be the life that you want to live? That's what I like to think of. I like to do that. And then I reverse engineer. There's a lot of reverse engineering in the creative process, if you think about it. And if you pay attention to what I'm teaching, I really think it's how you can set yourself up for life, because it all is basically starts in your mind, and you have to work your way backwards, though, and you have to be aware of where you're going, because I can't exactly remember the saying, but it's like, if you know where you're going, then you're halfway there. If you have a goal, if you have a vision, if you have a plan, that's what you need to do. You need to visualize, you need to work, and you need to know what direction to go, and then you'll get there. Because if you don't know where you're going, then you're gonna go nowhere. So many people do nothing with their lives, and that's exactly what they get. They get nothing. They have little friends, little accomplishments, some memories, but they didn't really achieve their goals, and it's more regretful. And I don't want that for any of my viewers or anyone. And anybody that I talk to, I always try and motivate, and I always try and stay positive, and I try and, uplift, especially people that are down or discouraged. I just say, man, it's just you can start over. At least especially if everything goes to shit, that's a lot of closure that you can start opening new doors. So, but you get your Super Bowl goal, and then the only productivity thing that I've ever found that actually works is from this book called The 12-Week Year. And it's absolutely just changed the way I do everything, because trying to plan your life years in advance, I find it ridiculous, because sometimes when I just let things go, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what I did yesterday. I have my habits that I have that are very dedicated to doing, like working out and creating art and making money, but sometimes life just happens and I just kind of want to let loose. But when I have goals, and when I have a 12-week plan, so you basically plan your whole life for 12 weeks, and it doesn't have to be it should be hour by hour, day by day, week by week, and then you'll get to your 12 weeks and you just bust it out for 12 weeks. You work as hard as you possibly can, and then you take a break. You go on vacation, or you do something, something different. But the truth is if you have your goal written down for what it would be like for 12 weeks, sometimes life happens, things happen, but you still have your goal. But then you can mark it off day by day. Like, did I do what I was meant to do to get my goals done by 12 weeks? So what I do is I buy a dollar store calendar or something like that, and then I have another sheet of paper, and I like to write it all out by hand. And I break it down, if at the end of 12 weeks, what do I want to have happen? And then I go back, okay, I need to have this happen this week, this happen this week, this happen this week, this happen this week, this happen this week. And I find that to be super effective, really powerful stuff, because I can do a lot of things, but I also get distracted as anybody else does. So if you can just keep your focus for 12 weeks and the goal in mind, you can do anything. So this is kind of hopefully coming full circle, but like I said, I'm going to really break down my 12-week business that I'm going to start over the shoulder, and I'm just going to walk everybody through it. It's basically going to be a website business that totally operates without me doing much. I'm going to do all the hard, heavy lifting in the beginning, but I've got it already broken down to pricing. I'm also looking for somebody that wants to work 60 hours a week. I'll pay $600 a week. So, but these are just my thoughts. But the most important thing to take away is all the loops that you have. Think about how many outstanding loops you have open right now, and what you can do to close as many as you possibly can, all the time. Imagine how relief you would be if you had no obligations to people, or if you had all your promises kept, and everybody was, everything was up to date, and then you could start on a new project with all your energy and all your focus. That is power. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the next video, is going to be your power. But this is Loops. Hope you enjoyed it. Take action. Immediate, intelligent action. Write down all the loops you have. Start banging them out. Get it over with. Close the door. People will cry. Things will happen. Just close as many loops as you can so you can start a fresh new life. Okay? That's all. Thank you.